Good morning. We're going to do 2 planters today.
It's that time of year, y'all. Time to plant up our summer containers. We've got a nice collection of full sun plants. Stick around for the final result.
This that cracked one didn't need anything. Tell the people what they want to hear.
So we're going to drill an extra hole on the side because these have quite a big water reservoir in them. They have one hole already at the top of the reservoir, but we're going to try to get one a little closer down towards the bottom, maybe about a half an inch to an inch, because it's about a full finger, so about 1 inch. So right in the middle would be good. Drill a hole so we can, I don't want too much water sitting in there. All right.
Was big enough?
Yep, those are big enough.
Tiny little holes.
Just need a little extra for drainage.
This one we bought, didn't realize it was cracked. Someone obviously returned it, so it's got a cracked bottom. It doesn't need any holes, and we're just hoping it holds. We're probably going to get some Gorilla Tape or something when we're all done before we set it out there and try and stop it from failing in the end. All right, first bucket. All right, so what we're going to do in this bucket, Carrie's going to name the plants, but we're going to do, well, let's play that game again. We're going to do a zinnia, salmon, double salmon, purple. No idea.
No, I know what that is. That is gomphrena.
Gomphrena. All right, then we're going to do, this is, going to spill out over.
Licorice plant.
Doesn't smell like licorice. She doesn't like black licorice.
It's an acquired taste.
All right. Wait for me. This is a petunia. And it's a mounding annual. Sound right?
Sounds right, but it will trail over.
All right. So, yeah, these will be our 2 trailing. And these are kind of fillers. Although, hopefully, this is going to be our thriller. If not, that will. But we're not too concerned about it.
That gomphrena will definitely be the thriller.
All right, let's get started. So we're going to fill up to about right here with soil. And so before we do that, we're going to make soil.
Is this the super wet one?
It's pretty wet, yeah. The same stuff we used the other day. It's pretty moist.
Yeah, it is pretty much. You don't have to moisten this one. It's already moistened, so you can just put this straight into the pot, or you can add some of the other bag.
You think that's enough for one pot? We can do both.
That is only enough for maybe one pot. Maybe.
Yeah, this is drier. Might not be the best way to do it, but
okay, I think that's good.
For 2?
Okay. Yeah, probably. Well, we'll see it. We'll add more if we need to. It's kind of hard to tell in this container.
Making a cake. All right. Do we want some of that in it?
We'll put that right after we fill up the container. We will sprinkle that on top.
Okay. It seems like the other day we put something else in this when we were stirring it. No?
No.
Okay.
I will put, if you want to get that little cup, I did bring out a little bit of cow manure mulch mix, and we can sprinkle some of that just to put some extra It doesn't smell like cow manure.
That's the best smelling cow manure I've ever smelled. All of it, or?
No, not all of it. Maybe half.
These cows must be eating healthy.
I'm sure there's weed seeds in it. I don't know how well they.
I got to get me one of those hand blenders. And then my kids can lick the spoon or lick the blender things. All right. We got some good soil. All right, we're going to fill it. We're gonna fill this thing up pretty high because this is pretty deep. So I think this is our biggest, deepest. It sits in there. That we're gonna want it up here. So we're gonna put some soil in here.
We want to keep the soil, the end product, at least 1 to 2 inches under the rim of the container. And I'll get some close up. Don't do it by the container height.
That's enough
of the
soil
plant.
for this one. It's a lot of soil. We probably could have put a container in a container and use less soil, but we're going to roll with this one. All right. Where are we going to put this? Right in the middle or on the side?
I'd put it on the side.
Is this one going in the middle?
No, I'd put that also on the side.
Everything's going to be on the side in this one?
Yep,
Okay.
I sure would.
All right. So, let's see how gentle I can be today. Ooh, didn't even have to pull it. Ooh. It is full of roots.
Check out those roots.
So we're gonna tease them. Spray a little Aquanet on it after we tease it.
Okay, well don't break the roots.
Just kidding. I'm not trying to break it.
Well, hold on. Just a little. The thing is, we want the roots loose.
Oh.
Loose, so they're hanging.
I thought we were just teasing it.
No, you just, again, you want to get the roots growing down, not spiraling.
Okay. What'd you say, an inch to the
About
top?
an inch. So you might have to put more soil up underneath it.
I think so. We might not have enough soil to do this one.
We have a whole bag.
Oh,
I think we're gonna be good.
I think we made enough, though.
He's just packing soil in around the root ball now. That way there's soil in between the plants. Nobody likes sharing their... Try to put some soil down here between the plastic of the pot and the plant. But we don't want the roots getting cooked when the sun hits the side of the planter. We want some insulation of soil.
All right, I'm gonna move this out of the way for a minute because we're definitely gonna need more soil. That bag's heavy.
Yeah, when you pick it up like that. Not much leverage there. Does it need some water?
I think this might need a little water.
Oops.
Rainwater. That's probably good. Special sauce.
Are you planting up the other planter?
I'm gonna continue with this one.
Okay.
I don't have enough soil. These other plants are smaller. They're gonna sit way down if I don't make this. But yes, we're gonna do the other planter today too. All right, back to it. All right, do we want a spiller next to this?
Yes, I would always put the spillers. You can do it two ways. You can put spillers on the sides, or in this situation, we may want to put the spillers like you can do the back side. We can do the taller plants, and then the front we can do the spillers. So the spillers all on the front. It's up to you.
So you want this here?
Is this going to be the back side?
Yes.
Yes, that's fine.
We're gonna need one more plant per container. No? It won't hold 5?
This thing gets very large.
All right.
Well, not large, but it will become a, you know, 2 feet high by 2 feet wide. So it's going to fill in this container.
Okay.
But if you like the look of something that's more mature, you can always buy the larger containers. They cost a little bit more, but you know, I like the smaller 4-inch ones.
Okay, this one came out really well too. So we're gonna just tease it a little, get the roots going down. I'm not ripping the roots this time. We got a couple of good roots here if we could get them to go down. All right, that sits kind of low there.
All you gotta do is like squish some of the soil up to it. Let me give you some more soil.
Well, I can use it over here. Thank you. Thank you so very much.
You're very welcome. You don't have to put them like too close up to one another because they are going to spread.
Oh, I got this big of a gap. Is
Okay.
that not enough? I got a hand gap.
Oh, good, good, good.
Okay. Because you said it's going to get big and wide.
Yeah, they're both going to fill out. You'd be surprised how plants grow once they're potted up in a larger container.
All right, so this is going to be the back side. And I think we're packed in there good. We got room to water. All right, so now we're going to go to the front side and we're going to do our spillers. So we'll start with this this no name. She knows.
Licorice plant.
Oh yeah.
That's the layman's term for it.
Doesn't smell like licorice
again. I don't
again.
recall what the...
This one's kind of dry, so this I bet this flops right. Oh well, it's actually got roots growing underneath it, so I might be wrong, but it feels pretty dry. I was wrong.
Yeah, that's pretty root bound.
It's got some roots.
So let me get it wet first before we start teasing.
If you hear that background noise, I think someone's cutting down a tree.
See how, okay.
Or they're cutting wood.
Let me show you this.
Why don't you show me?
I'm going to show you something.
Will you show me something?
When it comes to teasing roots, they're really delicate. So sometimes it's as easy as just like rubbing gently. I'm not applying a lot of pressure. Rubbing them side to side and then coming down just to see how some roots are starting to loosen up. Sometimes you can just do that and you don't really disturb. And then kind of like just flick it with your finger a little bit and see how I'm getting some loosened. See that?
I see.
Okay. And try to do a close-up on the next one so everyone can see it, but okay.
All right, and I want this spilling out of the front, so it's already angling that way, so I'm gonna put it in here. I gotta put some more dirt in there, some more soil, but I'm gonna put it in here so it's spilling out already.
Yeah, like an angle.
Y'all see that? So, because I want this and the next one I want them to be spilling out, and these will be taller.
Okay, so yeah, so you have an angling down.
Angling.
So you
this way, right?
Yeah, you can put it in. You can put it in like this instead of like this. You put it in like this. And so you may have to plant it just a little deeper to get that angle so that all the roots are covered. So you put it in like that, and then you just cover around the root ball. Want it a little bit lower. There we go.
What was that?
Piece of bark.
That was a good toss. Did y'all hear it barking?
Did you think I was going to hit you on the head with it?
No.
My girl throw was going to cause it to go straight up instead of out.
You got a good little toss. All right. Actually, not all right. So, something I learned on the last one, you got to be gentle here, but I often miss soil in the back, and she finds the gap. Okay, that one looks good too. A lot of space in between these still. Give them room to expand. All right, our last one. Our last one is the petunia. This one feels pretty good. I feel like I'm going to have good success getting this baby out. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Oh, it's coming. Look at that. This one looks good, so I'm going to gently rub it. Get them down a little bit. It looks good. This one looks good. I'm going to do the same thing on this one.
This one needs to definitely have space.
It's tall, so we're going to
So push the soil up to the side of the pot.
Oh, that's one way you can fill in the side of the pot and not leave a big gap. Oh, those guys are chasing each other.
Oh, those squirrels.
Go, squirrel, go. Get him, get him.
But we definitely need to get the hole a little deeper for that because that's a tall.
Let's try. Let's see. Still deeper. I got it.
Okay, you get it. And you want to angle that if you can a little out.
I want it to go this way too. What kind of bird was that?
I don't know. He didn't land.
He was loud. I saw some, what are they called? Cardinals, those red birds? It has the smallest little chirp. It was over here in your little area doing this little eek, eek, the higher pitched. While the other birds were singing, it was talking. I don't think it wanted to sing today. Those other birds are singing good though. That's another thing we're trying to do around here is attract the birds.
I'm just going around the edge, pushing it down so that the water can... Oh, we buried a stem.
All right.
Turn it around for me, Woody.
All right, so we got 2 spillers. They're going to spill way out.
Yeah, good. Now it's time. Oh, we did it again.
What were we supposed? We were supposed to do the starter underneath.
The biotone before we start planting. But you can sprinkle it on the top and then we can water it in. It'll get down to the roots.
This is Carrie's.
Hey, there's a snail.
Oh, look at that, a slug.
A slug, not a snail. I'll get it. They're kind of sticky.
It's a booger.
Yeah, they're sticky.
If you didn't know this is a cool trick if you drink beer. If you plant like strawberries and stuff and you got slug problems, get you a little container like a petri dish, like maybe this tall. And if you drink beer, leave a little bit in the bottom each time. Come out and pour in that petri dish. And tomorrow you'll find 4 or 5 slugs in it, drunk, but probably dead. And if you do that every day, like we used to have a big tree in our yard and Carrie would plant around it and we had a slug problem. She solved it with beer. Not that we're drinkers, but not that we've never drank either. We hadn't had any alcohol this year. Good for us. All right, Carrie's favorite little Microlife multi-purpose 624. We explain it every time, so I won't explain it too much this time. Looks like rabbit food, and it's going to help everything grow. It's a little food. Although I think these plants are going to do good. Sun's coming out. It's we're in zone 8B in Louisiana, and it gets extremely hot and humid here in the summer, but we're at a really good season right now. Like the highs are 80, 85 maybe. Humid some days, like when it's about to rain or after it rained. But so you start watching our videos in the summer, we're going to be sweating our heads off, but we're going to stay with it. All right, we're going to water it, right? Did I miss a step?
Do you want to put the biotone on it?
Do we need to? All right, we're going to do some biotone.
It's best if you put it already at the roots.
You got another bag of this somewhere?
No, we need to order some.
I was just at the store yesterday.
No,
Not
they
that
don't,
I don't go every day.
They don't sell it here.
So that's something else I wanted to share with y'all. So I have a real addictive personality. So if I find something I enjoy, man, I put everything into it. I did that in business for years. Did that in Christianity and ministering to men. And then recently, 2.5 years ago, I picked up pickleball, and I would practice or play every day for 3 or 4 hours. I got pretty good. I was playing at the senior pro level, but kind of gave it up to do this. And I was telling Carrie yesterday that everyone talks about how addictive pickleball is. It's like, I've never done crack, but they compare it to crack. Well, after 4 or 5 days of doing this, I would say this is more addictive than that, because I wake up every morning wanting to do a project around the house or plant something, which is awesome. Because I have a lot of time on my hands. I got a business that kind of runs itself. I work an hour or two a day, but so this gives me some purpose in life, which I was really struggling with just a month ago. All right, we got all the biotone and everything.
Yep, you want to move it back behind us?
Oh yeah, we don't want to get
I'll
wet.
water it in, and you can start on the other. You can start on the other one.
Okay, and then you want to grab a close. Hey now.
Hey now, watch out.
I don't need a shower yet.
Soon enough, though, we're gonna
smell like wet dogs. That's what happens in Louisiana. Zone 8B. You go outside for 10 minutes, you go inside and you smell like nothing against dogs. We happen to have 2 designer cats, no dogs, because we ain't done good with dogs in our life. We might now later in life, but we wouldn't walk them. We wouldn't anyway. We call it wet dog smell. It could be something else, so we're not trying to offend dog lovers, but I think most of you know what a wet dog smells like. Well, that's what you smell like in Louisiana after being outside in the humidity for 5 minutes.
Okay, you think you got this one all on your own?
I'm doing it on my own.
Good deal. And I'm going to record a little. I'm going to put some water in that.
Okay.
Just to pre-moisten it again.
Okay.
Not much water. Doesn't take a lot.
We used a lot of soil, so I'm going to overdo it here. But we're going to do some more planting, so it'll be fine. I think Carrie, because she's so good at this, is going to do some close-up video too. So we got the far away and the close-up. And if you didn't know, I'm the editor. From 8 to midnight, I've been editing these videos. A little shout out to Filmora 13 Pro. I've never done editing in my life. It was hard to learn. It's going to take me a year to fully learn it, but it's cool. I'm learning a little bit every day. And I enjoy it. It's real relaxing in the evenings. And if you have been watching our channel, it was Garden Mess, all one word. And we changed that yesterday to Garden Mess, M-E-S-S, 2 words. It's pretty well cracked, but we're going to believe the best in it. So we're going to get some type of tape to just right here, because this will be a good drain hole. It's cracked all the way up, but someone must have returned it. I didn't notice. I just like this look. I didn't think we had any, and I got home. We had about 6 bigger ones of these that are identical. So it's a good little mix. What do you do with these, Carrie? You just leave them?
I mean, I've never been able to really get them off well.
Stays in. It's going to be covered. All right, this one again, we're going to fill up to where this plant is sitting here. So I already mixed the soil. Now we're going to put it in. Boom. It's she said don't measure the container because it's going to go down a little, but we're a little under an inch. We're going to have an inch when it's done. So we're going to do the same thing on this one, but let's make this the backside what that label is.
Smart.
Because this will bloom out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when do you put biotone? Right now?
Yes.
All right, let's not skip
this would be a good time to do the biotone. And 1 handful's good. Mm-hmm. And then kind of scratch it in.
You're the one who told me that stinks, and I told you I couldn't smell it the other day?
Mm-hmm.
It stinks.
Yeah. Anything good for you smells bad, right?
All right, we're going to do a little special sauce.
Just a little of that.
Just a little special sauce. That's the Garden Mess special sauce. You can click on the links and order it. I'm just kidding. We have no links. We're not selling anything. We're trying to just create joy in planting. Hopefully get some people excited about it and get out there and make the world beautiful with plants. That's our goal. All right, now look, this one has got some serious roots. So this one's gonna be tough to get it out, and I want those roots if I can. But it's gonna be tough to get out, I think. Well, it's loosening up pretty good. Let's see. Oh, look at that. It's got roots everywhere. Is that bad? You looked at it like it wasn't great.
So they're definitely, okay, let me zoom in. I want to show this because I mentioned in another video about how the roots take the shape of the bottom of the container. So do you see that triangle right there?
Yep.
Yep. So we don't really like that. So gently tease.
But I'm not trying to rip them.
Right.
I thought I was before today. I learned that today.
You're just trying to loosen them from the shape that they are stuck in.
They're probably pretty solid.
Actually, they look like they're
evening out.
Yeah, there you go. See, that just get them growing down. Like, say, hey, come down.
That's
roots.
what I'm gonna do when I start to go bald. I'll do that little comb over, just like we did there. All right.
There you go.
Here we go. Oh,
Good
that's a good
job.
spot. So let's make a wall around it to support her, him, whatever. Sometimes Carrie calls plants she or her. There's other times I've heard her refer to him as him. I don't know if that's because she's thinking about me when she looks at the plant, when she refers to him, and like not so good looking plants, but the real pretty colorful plants, she calls it a her.
I call purple plants him.
I like purple.
And reddish, pinkish plants her. When I was little, I used to play with my crayons. And
Crayons? Is that what you said?
yes, that's what I said.
Okay. I couldn't tell. I thought you said friends or crayons or something. Crayons.
the southern
We
form
ain't
of
even from here, by the way. We're both from California. Now, we have been here 25 years, but we ain't from here.
no.
Crayon?
Crayons.
Crayon?
That just sounds funny. That sounds.
Crayon sounds... What
That
do they call them?
sounds. I've always called them now that you're making me think about it, I can't say it.
Y'all leave
Crayons.
us some comments, please, and tell us how you pronounce crayon.
Anyway, I used to play with them, and the purple always was the boy, and the red was always the girl, and those were the ones that got married.
If y'all didn't know, if you play with Barbies and obviously crayons, you probably are into gardening because it's the same deal. It's kind of you're playing make-believe, putting people together. Well, that's what we're doing here. We're putting things together and calling it good. All right, next is we're gonna go with a spiller and excuse me. I think I'm gonna try and do this. No, we're not doing that. We're gonna do the same as this. So if I don't think these are gonna be flanking, excuse me. But Carrie kind of taught me that if they're flanking, you want them to be almost identical. So we're gonna try and do that here. I don't think we're gonna flank them in the yard, but we might.
We didn't do it correctly with the last pots, but generally you plant them as if one pot is sitting in front of a mirror, and so the plants are going to be changed left to right. So one planter is going to have one of the trailing plants on the right hand side. On the other planter, that same trailing plant is going to be on the left hand side.
Okay, so this needs to go over there then?
If you want to match and mirror it. Do you want to mirror it?
I do. I guess I don't understand.
Okay, well
that.
then put it on this side.
Okay.
We'll show it at the end.
Okay.
We'll put them together.
This one's gonna come out good. Oh yeah, here it comes. It's got something on it too. I don't know what that is. Got a bug.
That white thing?
Yeah.
That's perlite.
That's good stuff.
That helps with drainage.
All right, this one's pretty damp, so I'm not gonna mess with the root ball too bad.
Well, there's not even roots down there really.
Okay. Well, let's do the comb over. All right. And I said I was gonna go over here, but I'm gonna have to build up.
Oh.
What happened?
I think that was a stem that fell off another plant, and I had stuck it in the pot with another one, hoping it rooted. Nope. Oh, yes, it was. Oh, but I don't think it's gonna root.
What pot did you stick it in?
In that one.
This pot?
Yeah, but
Today?
Oops. Sorry.
I just bought this pot 2 days ago.
Yep. We broke it off of one of our
snuck it
other.
in?
No, we broke it off one of our pots. This is the euphorbia that we planted up the other day. That I said very gentle. The stems are very delicate. They break off so easily.
When you use AI Translate, it calls it euphoria.
Euphorbia.
Euphorbia. That's the other cool thing about Filmora 13. You can tell it to translate, and it gets most of them right, but on euphorbia, maybe we didn't pronounce it good. It said euphoria. I had to go change it.
Yeah, I never did take a speech class.
Oh, you're a pretty good speaker.
And he's sweet.
Okay, we got our two back ones.
Okay, so
This one's gonna
then,
go over here.
yep, you're right.
This is one opposite.
That's right. Very good.
Licorice. I learned that already.
I don't know that you make the flavor of licorice from that plant. It's just called licorice plant.
It's got good roots.
Is it looks moist.
It's moist. So
No, the other one was super dry, and then this one's moist.
Over. Try and get these roots going down. Doing a good job of it too. What was that flying? It's like one of those micro hummingbirds.
Like that Nessus
Oh, it
Sphinx.
could have been that.
That's a moth. That's actually a moth.
It flew pretty good. All right, this one I'm going to plant at an angle again, so it's leaning out, but it needs a little more soil here. I think I'm still a little too low, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig it so it can sit sideways. Too low. Alright, got it going sideways. Think that's still high? Too high?
No, you'll be fine.
Okay. I'm gonna make an early prediction too. We made just enough soil. Let's see. Oh, I got a fair amount of soil. I might be wrong there.
I repurpose a lot of things, so I don't have a specialty potting soil bucket, but
right.
This is the bottom of a very large kitty cat litter box, and they're readily available at most stores.
That's like the understatement of the century, that she repurposes things. She repurposes everything.
I try to. Otherwise, it just goes into a landfill.
Alright, this one and this one, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to try and do a little angle effect.
Did you get soil up on the side?
No, I haven't done that yet. I was just seeing if it fits. It's pretty moist. Surprised how many plants you can put in a container when they're small like this.
Well, these are seasonal plants. They're annuals. They grow really fast and get really big quickly because they have a short lifespan and they know it. It's all genetics. Perennial shrubs and things like that, they live year to year and they come back. So they grow slower. They don't have to put as much energy into reproducing. So annuals grow really fast. These will fill in.
That's a little life lesson there. So we don't know our lifespan. We don't know.
Yeah, so some people, they live life fast and hard, and yeah.
They live.
And then
they don't know when the end is.
Yeah.
For other people, they don't live.
Mosquitoes.
They kind of wait, and then they don't get to live. So that's kind of a life lesson. All right, this one is done. We're gonna move it off the. Oh, by the way,
Although they might live longer.
they might live longer. Maybe there's a. So I have a theory. I have a philosophy about that. That I'd rather live not hard, but I'd rather enjoy my life through my life than wait till I'm 65 to start traveling and enjoying. Because and might not make it there, and that would be a regret if I was dying slow that I didn't take time to go to Disney World or go to Europe or whatever it is. And for me, I've been an athlete most of my life, and so got a lot of pain. You know, my knees are bad. Anyway, I think I'd just rather live life to its fullest if I can, and you know, not have to worry about when life's gonna end. So, all right, we're gonna move this off.
Yep, and I'm going to water it.
And
Yep.
then we're gonna show up out front in a few minutes and show you what we're thinking of doing.
Ooh, there's a hole in my grass.
I'm gonna even this out in a little while.
Yeah, we're going to put little pavers underneath them, get them level. So this one has the licorice plant hanging out towards the grass side. What about that one over there? Is it hanging out towards the grass side?
Almost. Again, I'm gonna even this out. So
There you go. Okay, this is where they're going to go for now. We'll check back on these in a couple weeks and let you see the progress and see how they're doing. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to get it in frame where you can see the pots. One there, one there. Oh, I'm not liking how far that is. I like that. That makes it closer. So you see them there, and we planted these up the other day. That's in a video. Of course, my microphone was on mute. We didn't know. So I'm kind of muted, but anyway, so two there, and then these two pots we did the other day. It's starting to come along. And of course, we have some other plants that we're going to plant in this flower bed, and that'll be a whole nother video. Y'all, thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit subscribe and like. Have a good day. Bye, y'all.
So we found these turquoise or aqua pots. They had some stuff in them. Carrie's cleaning the second one out. They already have soil in them, so we're going to use that soil. And we're going to put 3 different plants in them. And I think these are going to flank where we built the new flower bed outside, out front. Welcome back. We're going to try and do this without too much guidance from Carrie, but she's mic'd. She's cleaning a pot right here. She's a little bit out of the frame, I think, but she'll be in the frame. She found a couple of Asian jumping worms already. So I'm actually going to dig around this pot a little bit and see if I can identify or see if there's any crawlers in here that we don't want. Because again, we got acorns or trees. We're using soil that was already in these. We planted something in them last year and they were pretty, but I think the front of our house, I like these soft pastel colors. And so the front, not the front of the house, but the front of the walkway. So my goal on these is to put it right outside the new flower beds we built on the grass. Try it there. Again, we're removing a bunch of grass on Saturday. We have a sod cutter coming that we've never done it before, so we're gonna cut out a ton of grass, expand our flower beds out front, cut all the grass out on the other side of this fence for her vegetable garden. We're gonna try at least. I don't know how hard it is, but got a pretty good one coming, I think. And we're not scared of labor. So It's a root ball or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see no worms.
That pot was in a different location.
Did you
So
have to go very deep? There are surface worms, right? The
yeah, they're
Asian
more
jumping
on the
worms.
surface. Yeah.
Okay, so I think we're good. All right, so we're gonna put this one in the middle.
I
This
don't know.
is
I just found one in mine. It was pretty deep,
okay.
but you don't worry about it. It's just they're there. Nothing you can do about
All
it.
right, we're gonna make this our centerpiece. I think. Is that right, or is this going on the outside? Is it gonna go like here and then one here, one here?
Yes, because all three are going to be pretty good size
Okay.
plants.
All right, so we're gonna. This one's gonna be hard for me, but we're gonna get. Oh, this is a geranium. I can spell. I can, and it's some sort of orange. No, that might be. I'm sorry. That's the brand name, like Doomin Orange. This is Patriot Salmon. We love salmon. Salmon's high in omega-3. Um, Obviously mercury, but you get some wild caught, which is near impossible. Everything says wild caught on it at the store. It ain't. It's farm raised. Salmon wild caught is pretty spendy.
Real wild caught.
But we shop for it and we get it. It's spendy, but I also eat a fair amount of salmon that's farm raised in Chile or wherever. So this one reminds me of some food. Now I'm getting hungry. Although we had a pretty good breakfast. If you didn't know, we've been following the paleo diet for about 3 weeks. We did it a few years ago, and it was powerful. We were both skinny. Soil?
Yeah, that's the new soil. Did you put that? You didn't. You did. No, you didn't do the cow manure. The cow manure. Okay.
You want cow manure in it?
Yes, I want some. Yes.
Special sauce?
Yes, because this is soil from last year, and it's somewhat probably depleted. I mean, it's probably not all the way depleted, but it has some depletion. So put that in there for a little bit of food.
Just carry special sauce.
Fast food. Fast food to the plant. Some fertilizer.
It's your own proprietary brand.
No, it's not.
So we can't tell you what it is.
Store bought.
It's store bought?
Yes. I told you where to get it from.
Lex?
No, when I said you might want to fill that cup back up because we're going to be using it. Uh-oh.
Where?
It's inside the shed right by the door.
What's it
on the
called?
Ground. It's called Cow Manure and Compost by Timberline, Timber something.
Timberlake?
Mhm.
Can I have some more?
Oh, I don't have any more. Do you? And the soil at the bottom's wet, so you can use that soil that's a little bit drier right there because we're going to be watering it from the top anyway.
All right, we're back. We're going to do our second turquoise or ocean blue, whatever it is, container. These containers were used last year, so we cleaned this one out real good. I sprayed it out. Carrie has taken all the soil out of it, added some special Justin Timberlane cow manure and mulch to it. And so this is going to be some pretty good soil. And then we showed you in previous videos that we would take a container, like a container, and put it in upside down, and you'd have to fill in less dirt. But they make these handy dandy planter inserts. I'm pretty sure I saw them the other day at the store, and they were a little spendy, like $8 maybe. I might be wrong on that, but I didn't buy it because I know she had taught me that we could just turn one of these upside down, and these are free with plants. But check this out. So, got the container. Put that in there, and it takes up this much space in the bottom. It still has holes to drain. You just put less soil in it, so they're pretty handy. They're real handy. So, like, here's an example for you. So I'm going to start down there. I'm going to have to fill this soil. I'm going to have to fill this bucket up to here with soil. So halfway up, put this in there. That raises this sucker way up. Now I only got to put about this much soil in it for this to be almost even with the rest. Make sense? All right, here we go. We're going to Things in there. That thing had like 20 slugs underneath it when she pulled it out. So I cleaned it real good. Slugs met the maker.
That probably is one of the negatives, is that slugs like to hide underneath things. Well, this gives them a very good hidey spot because they can crawl up the hole in the pot and then hang out underneath that um, little planter raiser. Forget, what is it called?
Pot.
A pot?
Pot. I said it earlier.
Pot lifter?
It's under the dirt, so we'll tell you in a minute. Right,
Anyway.
This is close. So we're going to put some biotone in here. Stinky. And that simply just adds a nasty flavor to it. That's not true. What's it do, Carrie?
It helps to feed the roots and to help the roots grow better.
Right.
So it's like a root stimulator.
It's a pretty big one. I don't think we planted one this big. The bottom, you can see dirt coming out. It's going to have a pretty good pattern, I think. But let's see how we do on this one. I'm going to massage it. Get it loose. This one's going to come out easy because it's got a thick stem. Alright, that one did come out very easy. Alright, so this one, we're just going to tease it a little bit. And what I'm going to do is where it grew into the container, I'm going to get rid of those little marks. So it's a little flatter. Just gently. Sorry about that noise. We have, on Wednesdays, we have this weird predicament in our neighborhood. We have...
That's a riding lawnmower.
Not on our yard. We don't let riding mowers on our yard, unless we do our own grass. We have about a 0.4 of an acre on a corner lot. We do all of our own. But what we do is we have 3 different crews show up for 3 houses in a row on Wednesdays. If it was me, if I was one of those crews, I would talk to the other 2 crews and I'd flip coins or do whatever we want, and one crew do all 3 houses. That way they don't have to drive 30 minutes or 20 minutes here to cut one grass. But that's just my thoughts. Alright, so I want some roots hanging down. Carrie didn't seem like she was enjoying the commentary. I moved on. Alright. Looks good. So now we're going to add a bunch of soil here.
Now, these geraniums are not perennial in our area. They are annuals. So you can cut them back and take them in for the winter and overwinter them inside if you want, because they can be houseplants. But I like them outside, and I just buy them new each year. I usually try to find smaller containers than these. You can also grow them from seed pretty easily.
We're going to run out of soil on this day, but we got some more right here.
Okay, so think about what you just said. You're going to run out of soil. Yeah, and all that soil came out of there. Every bit, and it had other plants in it. So it's funny that you add plants back, but it's still not enough.
Because, why is that?
I really don't know. I think there's something, well, I think you've heard me say in gardening, you can put out a lot of soil and it seems like it disappears. It goes somewhere. I don't know where it goes.
We may not run out of soil on this one. I actually should have turned this plant. So I'm actually going to make an adjustment here. Because it's hanging over the rest of the pot, you're not going to be able to see the other flowers that just grow. So I hate doing things 2 and 3 times, but this isn't going to work out the way we want it.
I'm glad you caught that because I saw that, but I didn't want to say anything because it's something that you're doing. So I'm glad that you caught it all on your own.
Y'all see what I did there? It was taking over the whole pot. 2 more plants wouldn't have looked good in here. You wouldn't have been able to see them. So I turned it to the outside.
Don't forget to put some soil between it and the pot.
I was forgetting that. I'm going to get better with it.
Well, you had it there, but then you moved it when you relocated it. And that soil's moist, so you can mold it to the sides, the edges of the pot, and it'll stay up. If it was dry soil, it wouldn't, but if it's moist, it will.
All right, I think I'm gonna really like these dwarf morning glory. They're called Blue My Mind, BLUE My Mind, dwarf morning glory, and our favorite brand, just because we watch Garden Answers. Proven winners. I don't think that's Carrie's favorite brand. It's just mine because Laura promotes it so much that I think it's the only plant that's awesome, but it's not. I still like them. We didn't water this one. Still got the special Timberlake sauce on it. Timberlane. What we're going to try, I don't know if you can hear me, my mic's not on her phone. We have a sprinkler right here. And so we got to be kind of careful of it, but I was thinking, before I knew that sprinkler was there, I was thinking we would flank this flower bed. Now again, both that one and this one, we're going to even out the soil later today. I got to go to the office for an hour. So when I get back, I'm going to even them out and put a brick under them. But I was thinking there, and here. What you think, Carrie?
Hmm.
All right, so the other option.
They're kind of tiny.
Okay, too small?
Too small.
All right, so the other option, tell me the other option.
The other option is to put them further up in the flower bed. Yeah, like up there. That's a good spot. Once they start filling in, the color will be more to the show than the size of the pot.
All right, if we decide that's where we're gonna stay, I'm gonna cut that grass out and level it and put a brick there. What do you think about up there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just remember, those are smaller pots, so they have to get watered more often.
That one is temporary. I made that myself the other day when Carrie wasn't home. We ain't figured out a home for it. There's only one of them.
Well, it's not going to stay as a planter. I'm going to take my butterfly bush out and put it in the landscape.
My very first pot out.
But it really needs to be in the landscape. It needs to be in the ground.
So if that leaves, we can put those pots where that one is.
Yeah, that would be good. Put that
But
there
put a
and then one there.
I want pots where you can't, like, so we'll see. You like it right now?
It's good for now.
Okay.
Thank you so much for taking the time to watch today. I hope you found these gardening tips helpful. Remember, a beautiful garden takes patience and care, but you can achieve it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on future tips and tricks. Until next time, happy gardening.